Welcome back to SL Chennai Speaks Out. The most commonly used word in this debate so far has been mindset. I want to talk again about mindsets. A gentleman in the last row there. Even when it comes to career choices, do you believe that young people are no longer influenced by what their grandparents want them to do, but are making choices on their own, not just bank jobs? People are also, in fact, making theatre a career today.
Yes, of course, I do agree that. No, we know that now the previous years, last 10 maybe 10 years, the air hostess jobs and something like that were not available there. In these times now, even though we said that the air hostess jobs of things are not secure, there are people who allow their daughters to take part in that.
And buy them fairness creams also to get those jobs. All right, yes.
I'm personally a rock musician. I play rock music, and but I'm getting a show for myself is like impossible for me. And my brother is going to study music, and a lot of people were very indifferent about that. So I still feel that Chennai is very conservative regarding that point.
Because it doesn't give you an option to play rock music.
He's not expert. Please don't pile on to him. What he feels is that people are not willing to sort of accept an alternate career. That's what you wanted to
Yes,
right?
but now they are willing.
No, I don't think so.
I think he must understand.
Sweetie, you have to be really good if you want to play in Chennai, because this is the land of Carnatic music. You want other people to listen to.
You're not talking about him being good or bad or not. We're talking about a career.
You want other people to listen to you. You have to be really good. No. And I'm telling you, there are bands that come here and play.
For instance, you have Junkyard Groove, which went to the Dubai Rock Festival.
My nephew does not go to school. He's a prodigy in origami. So it's not necessary you have to go to school. I mean, believe me for this. You're talking about being conservative or not, Chennai, not. What he says is absolutely right. He says, look, he's disheartened, and you people are piling on to him saying that why should you not go there?
No. I'm trying to explain. I'm not piling on at all. My son is a rock musician who says people in Chennai don't appreciate rock music. I go to a kacheri, a Carnatic music kacheri. I don't go and listen to rock music myself. And I love music. I spend a lot of money listening to concerts. It's a question of preference.
Have you heard of this death metal band called Opeth? Yeah?
Yeah.
Were you there when they performed at IIT?
Yeah.
Now, Opeth played to about more than 1 lakh people, and most of them were students. IIT guys organized, they did such a splendid job. Still there were people, so many of them had to be removed from the open air auditorium because they were so drunk they could not even stand.
Very simply because there was no opportunity otherwise to drink properly.
Yeah, not in a college. Not even
no,
in
wait, hang on.
On the one hand, you have a death metal band which is alien to the city, playing in the city for the very first time. They've never even played anywhere else in India. And on the other hand, you have a dichotomy situation where you have people falling on the ground because they're not even able to stand. There were so many rumors of drugs being peddled around. How do you answer that? See, if there is a mindset like that, there's nothing wrong with it. That's what's happening today.
People are talking about whether prostitution should be legalized. Now, that apart, is it possible for 2 consenting adults to go into a hotel and get a room easily?
There are people who do it, but they're all in these sleazy
even the
hotels
hospitality industry has rules which actually forbid this, and there are people who ask you for wedding rings.
I mean, there is a law which does not permit it.
No,
okay?
the law does not.
No, it does not exist.
The law only says
that
soliciting in a public place and person should be making a living out of the earnings of prostitution.
What I mean,
2 consenting adults, 2 friends going checking into a hotel.
But you see, you don't know where the line is drawn, because when a woman goes into a hotel with a man, you do not know if they are 2 consenting adults or whether he is paying her. So the hotels play it safe because they don't know. Supposing somebody says, she's a high-class prostitute, don't you know? And this has happened in Mumbai.
There was a recent incident where a legally married couple were, taken to the police station and asked all sorts of questions because the police assumed that they were not married and they had just booked into the hotel. Then, they filed a case in court and the ruling went in their favor. The ruling was that if you are 2 consulting adults over 18 years of age, you can definitely check into a hotel. I'm not here to debate about whether it's right or wrong, but that's the law. That's the law, and we can only hope it will be implemented from now on.
All right. How many of you believe that when it comes to entertainment, that we coexist beautifully? There's that perfect harmony. For instance, Jeffrey, would you agree? There are people who still go and watch YG Mahendra's dramas. He's completed, I think, 50 years in drama. YG Mahendra's dramas in Rani Sita Hall. And people still go and watch Evam's plays at Sivagami Pethachi Auditorium.
That's right. I think it's an individual choice of what
So which means the
someone
city
likes.
is more accommodating. It's not conservative, it's more accommodating.
No, that's got nothing to do with the city. It's a personal choice, isn't it? I
No, but
cannot say like
it's
what
the
he
people
said.
who
He
make
likes
up
So
the
if it's
city,
not
like attitudes.
conservative, it's a personal choice. If it's conservative and bad, it's to be blamed on the city,
No, that's
right?
the problem is
that
because
what
you
you're
only
saying?
think going out in the night is drinking. That's the problem with the mindset again. Again, you said, you know.
See,
I-
Jeffrey,
We are
you're
talking
only...
about going for coffee.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nobody in Madras wants to go
How do
out.
you know?
If-
How do
well,
you know?
Why don't
How
you?
can you make a global statement nobody wants?
Because
I
there have
I
been
want
coffee
to. If I want,
bars
it's not about
which have
coffee.
opened and
It's not about
closed.
coffee. What about
Yes.
what about a
The girl here, the
basketball
girl here
court?
behind. Yes. Yes.
Coming back to career choices, nowadays modeling and getting into acting has increased more in Chennai. But whereas beforehand, they never used to encourage all this. Now parents are very willing. If the daughter wants to go into modeling, they very well accept it.
Yeah, the lady behind you.
Actually, it's my own personal experience. My mom, after finishing my 12th, I asked my mom, Mommy, I want to go for singing. I want to do music after my 12th. She was like, no, what would you gain at doing music? I mean, you must go for MA engineering or whatever. It's not that I'm forced to do engineering, but still, my passion was in music. I want to become a playback singer.
So what happened finally?
Engineering.
All right, yeah, the
You
gentleman
should have been
here.
a student of our Saraswati Kendra.
Yeah.
It is like they just say that you can go into whatever you want, whatever you are interested, wherever your passion takes you. But then if it is something very competitive, you have to have your standards. If that is the case, you have your standards high and you want to pursue your career in that, you can go into it. Like for example, say my friend Rock Band, he said, if he has got his own standards, high standards, and he's got some stuff in him, he can.
Which is the point Aruna made. Yes,
If a heroine possesses a sexy dress in a bikini, okay, how much people will like how much teens will like to have this? If the same person, if a swimmer in the case, okay, a lady swimmer, if she wears the same dress, okay, it's been seen as a different thing, okay. This is the same dress that's been worn by two other persons in here, but it's been seen as a different thing.
All
So
right.
parents will automatically now some higher class people are somewhat modernized in thinking. Low class people is just have a
to add to that,
mindset.
Aruna, if I can bounce it off you, people talk of dress codes. We talk about, you know, people not wearing jeans. The little girl had an experience about the length of her skirt. But you know, when we see all these heroines in movies, we clap. There are people who go in, or even on lifestyle magazines, you have them on front pages, on the cover. But when a Shreya Saran went for a function, just like how she would probably appear on a cover page of a magazine, there was a big hue and cry raised. Double standards?
Yeah, those are definitely...
Yes, please, yeah.
The answer is the same actor, when you saw her in the film, that was the dress code for the storyline.
It was inappropriate
When
for
she
the
is
occasion. you're saying.
attending a party, that was a different
Exactly.
line of
Fair
action.
enough.
So
See, this is...
See, when you go
it's
to
something
the
like,
Chief
if I'm
Minister of
permitted to
Education
say,
is
85 years
I can
You
invite a
need to give him
Bharatanatyam
some
artist
respect.
for a Bharatanatyam artist for a wedding reception and not a cabaret artist.
Okay.
See, Sanjay.
It may be a dichotomy, but this is a cultural value. It goes with this.
So you are
That's
happy
a-
with being conservative, right?
Why
it's
are you
not
wearing
conservative.
a suit,
It's not
a
conservative.
jacket and a tie?
I'm not conservative.
Then why do you complain that
There is a values. There is certain values.
Those are
No?
values.
There is a values.
Yes.
Like he said,
Young
the
man behind you.
bikini-clad woman cannot come here. She can be seen in a swimming pool.
Fair enough.
but
Appropriate
why
dress for the
There's
occasion, yes.
appropriateness.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
When you
That's a
go
fair
to the
point.
club, you have to dress up
Yes.
in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
club
Absolutely.
code.
Right. Absolutely.
I'd like to answer to him. He was comparing heroines wearing swimsuits and swimmers. Do swimmers wear gold shiny dresses like Priyanka Chopra and Dostana?
I think Chennai is mentally very modern because, like she said, you know, young people are taking diverse professions. Forget the profession they take. The very fact that we are allowing our women, and I mean, every society all over the world, the first thing they do when they want to be backward is suppress women. We don't. We allow our women to be
Ma'am,
educated to go out.
One final question to you. We talk of scientific temper. I'm asking you this because you're an environmentalist as well. Scientific temper. During the solar eclipse, Chennai is one of the few cities in the country where people started fasting and people didn't look at, in fact, some of them said you can actually look at the sun with your naked eye. So there was this dichotomy there.
No, but Chennai is also the city where a lot of people kept telescopes and watched the.
But a lot of people, I
solar-
mean, in fact,
Yeah, but,
Okay,
but
there
yeah,
is
that
a
would be
tradition.
confusing it
What-
with religion, right? If people
No,
just
but it
look
was-
up at the
Religion.
sun, it's
Religion
probably
plays
a
a major part in
religious
one being
belief.
conservative, Aruna. Please understand that.
It's, let me
It's not just
analyze
religion,
how this
Aruna.
is, okay? This is the city that has its own English, all English radio channel. This is a city that has a national channel coming in.
highest
to
number of
invest-
bloggers.
Yeah.
Highest number of bloggers.
Highest number of bloggers. We have a
Twitters.
national
Twitters.
channel coming in to invest in a channel that
Highest-
is all
highest-
about
highest-
the city.
What is the statistics? Yeah, you're
We are
talking
a
about
safe
30%
city.
who's got access to all this. What about the remaining 70%?
I am saying 100%.
It is reflective
They are
of where the city
mentally.
is going.
I don't care what people wear
All right.
and other things, whether
And we
they
are
have.
still a city that is opposed to Hindi. Till recently,
No,
we
that
said
is
we will
neither
not talk about
modern nor
Hindi. That is the beauty of this city. We are diverse. in
According to me, Chennai is C for conservative, H for hospitable, E for enthusiastic, N for nice, again another N for nostalgic, A for accommodative, and finally I for intelligent. And there's nothing wrong in being conservative, believe me.
All right, Lachus, I think most people, almost everybody in the audience finally agrees with Lakshmi Narayanan and his acronym. But perhaps this tag of being conservative is because people don't really understand our culture and that it embraces and is all encompassing both traditional and modern aspects. Thank you very much for joining us on SL Chennai Speaks Out. Do, in fact, as we said, it's the largest number of bloggers as well. Do let us know what you think of this particular debate. You can email us to feedback@ndtv-hindu.com. From all of us on the SL Chennai Speaks Out team, thank you for watching us. We'll be back at the same time next week.